Where are all my starchy sisters? Where are you? Hi, all. Hi, starchy sisters. Welcome, welcome. I feel like my computer isn't as high. Hold on a second. Let me make an adjustment. Okay, let's see here. A little better. One more. Eek. All right, there, that's a little better. My whole head's in. What I notice is I do this slouching thing, you guys, and it's really, I've been trying to like not do it, but if the camera's not high enough, like I'll go to one hip, like do the side hip thing, and then I'll stick my stomach out, and then this whole slouching thing goes on. And it's like, okay, I need to stop that, open up my heart, and stand up straight and tall. So it helps if I adjust this so I can be taller, so I can stand up straight and tall. Anyway, it's so good to see you all. Let's see who's in the starchy house today. Pen's here. Let's see. I'll start from the beginning. Norma, hi Norma. Welcome, sister. Jude's here. Jude's from Mineral Ridge, Ohio. I love it, Jude. Yeah, let me know where you all are from. It helps me remember. Cheryl's here from Iowa. She's so excited to actually get to view this live. I've only been able to watch the replay so far. Yay! Welcome, Cheryl. Glad you're here, sister. Pen's here, my sister. JJ from Missouri, welcome. I guess I should say I shouldn't neglect my sister, right? Since I just skim over her since she's my sister, but she said she's from hot Oregon. Sorry, Pen. Because she's doing it with us, you all. She is on the 30-day reset big time. Shawnee's here. Yay. Roan, welcome. Ontario, Canada, another Canada. Love my Canada sisters. Mary Jo, actually, I love all my sisters. Mary Jo, welcome, sister. Libby, welcome. Libby has testimony, you guys. She started this before our 30-day reset started, and she's lost weight. She's reversed high blood pressure, I think it was. Anyway, she just makes my starchy heart sing. I love it. Anya's here. Welcome, Anya. Dee's here. Yay. Anya and Dee from Florida. My Florida girls. Lisa Thompson, Idaho. Nice. Denise and Tracy. Denise is here from Jacksonville, Florida. All right. Welcome, you all. Starchy sisters in the house. I love it. Before we get this party started, oops, hold on. Let me get a tissue. Before we get this party started, I wanted to show you all. So I was like, okay, I'm doing the live at 2:00. I ate, I think around 10 or 10:30. If I wait till 3, I'm going to be too hungry after the live's over. So I ate around 1:30, which I was definitely hungry enough to eat. But I'm getting to that point now, you guys, where when I'm eating the non-starchy veg, because I always, 90% of the time, unless I mix it together, I eat the non-starchy veg first. And what I'm starting to sense now is when the non-starchy veg has filled me up enough, so then I need to start eating my starches. So that's really been helpful, because in the past, like you guys have seen my bowls, I'll eat all the non-starchy veggies, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even eat the starches. And sometimes I'll have to take a little break and then eat my starches later. So now that I'm getting more in tune to those hunger fullness cues, and more specifically, right, the fullness cues, just knowing so I can tell, oh, okay, I'm about halfway full, so I need to get some starches in. I said all that because I'm so proud of myself, and you all know the struggle, what this is, but I had some left. So I saved my cucumber and tomato salad, and I saved the beans and potatoes, the white bean chili and potatoes in these little containers. So if I feel hungry after our live today or sometime before dinner, I will eat these up. And they're not much, right? It's just a little bit. Like in the past, I would have just forced myself to overeat. And since I'm not doing that anymore, these little containers come in really handy because then I just have these little containers and it's like, this is the perfect snack. So that's what's going on in the food today. I did have one more thing to say about the food since I didn't make it on the note. I didn't make a note of it. I really notice, it's going to leave this 55-year-old brain. Darn it. The hunger fullness cues, filling up. Just take a pause. I can't get it back, you guys. Ratso. Hopefully it'll come back to me. If it comes out, I'll just interrupt what I'm saying and I'll go back to it. All right, let's arrive here, sisters. I love seeing you all in the chat. I'm so happy you're here. What is it, you guys? Week 2 already. Woo! So happy. Week 2 of following this way of eating, our 30-day reset, day 9. Can you believe day 9 is here? It's just like, wow, time is going by. Rooting this way of eating in our lives, it's so exciting, you guys. So exciting. Love those hearts. So tell me, how are you all doing? How are you all doing today? You can just send me your energy. How are you doing? I hope you all are doing good. I hope you're really starting to feel maybe some of the benefits of eating this, maybe some detoxing, right? For some of us, we've had some things to detox. So it could be that. I saw a few starchy sisters were detoxing from coffee and caffeine, and that one by itself can be a hard one. And then on top of, detoxing from just the highly processed or the sugary foods, or even just the high fat plant foods, like all of it together can be, can be a lot. And I know some are detoxing completely from sugar. I also did that too, like no maple syrup or anything. So I'm with you all. My heart's with you. I know how those cravings can kick in when that happens. And I appreciate your fortitude to stick with it and your ability just to stay true to yourselves, you guys. Like, you are choosing yourselves. That's what every day of this reset is. It's like choosing your most healthy, vibrant, energetic life, and your health, your well-being, your longevity, like all of it, you are choosing you. And I just love that, because that is my journey, right? I felt like each day I was just making a step toward this version of me. And it feels so good to be here. So I'm so glad you're on this journey. So I got my water. I hope you all have your water. We're going to do the drink mason jar of water, hopefully, but at least half before the live's over. I don't know how long this live will be. If it's a 30-minute live, then half would be a win, right? So I'm going to take a drink. Oh my gosh. So good, you guys. Yum. So I was thinking today when I made the water, are you all ice in your water drinkers, or do you drink the water warm? I used to drink the water warm all the time, but since the old menopause, since she's here, I get too hot. Like, I need the ice in the water, and it could be the Florida heat too, but that ice just cools me from the inside out, which I really need. Let me check on what's going on in the chat. No ice, Jude says. No ice warm, Karen says. Yeah. Did you all know that no ice is really like drinking your water warm is supposed to be really good for digestion? I learned that in Ayurveda. Yeah. JJ says, no scale forces me to pay attention to the non-scale victories. I love that. Libby said she was in a couple social situations this week, and it's getting so much easier to be at peace with my choices. I love not being so fixated on food. Yes, I found that too, Libby. Like, just as I went on with this, like I was breaking addictions to these foods is really what was happening. And I really started focusing on people and situations and enjoying those moments, right? Ron's doing great. Karen's here from San Antonio doing great. Yay. Doing good so far. Feel proud of myself. Yes, JJ, I love it, sister. That's how it is. Cheryl's here. Food prepped in progress. Hot and sunny in Arizona. Yeah, Shawnee, I think I shared with you all, Shawnee does a chop and chat with her friend. And you all should do that. Like, I'm live. Get some veggies out. Get to chopping. You'll have it ready, right? All right. All right, you guys. So I'm glad you all are doing good. Oops. Susanna says, absolutely loving this, doing good, eating a massive salad right now with some homemade beans and watching you. Thank you. You're so welcome, sister. Jackie's from Minnesota. Welcome, sister. She loves cold water with ice. Yep, me too. Got to have the ice water. Libby says it's 104 in Sacramento. Woo, ice water today. Yes, sister, definitely. I'm so glad you all here are here. I'm so glad. So we'll get started. We'll do our meditation, just taking that moment just to come together. All our starchy sister energy coming together. I'm loving how you all are showing up for each other and just how we're here for ourselves and each other, right? The more we're here for ourselves and we show up for ourselves, the easier it is to cheer each other on and to be here for each other. We want to see each other win. And I love that. So if it feels good for you, just put one hand over the belly, one hand over the heart, and allow yourself to arrive in this moment, to our weekly live reset coaching call, if you want to call it that. Arriving in this moment, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully present in each moment, looking at all beings with eyes of compassion, especially myself. And if it feels good, just in your mind's eye saying, I am here. I am here. And sending love out to each other. So much love, Starchy Sisters. I love you guys. I love you. Mwah. Open up your eyes if they're closed, and we will pick an angel card, having our collective sister energy pick the card today. I love us all being together here. Let's see what the cards have to say today. Oh, this is a good one. Like, wow, you guys, patience. Patience. I love this, right? This is perfect as we're going into week 2, because although for some of you, I bet you've already started to feel just lighter in your body, like less bloated, but just remember, be patient. Like, it's going to happen. Be patient with the physical body, with yourself, with the process, with the palate change, right? Patience. I love it. And just allow this to root into you. Like, what does it mean for you and your journey, right? What is the word patience saying to you? So day 9, our word is patience. I love it. I love it. And I'll put this back here, the angel cards back here. All right, standing up straight, getting going. Let me check the chat. Ellen made it from Ellen's Healthy Kitchen. Be sure to check her out, you guys, if you are not subscribed already. She has a big YouTube following over there. This starchy sister might get jealous, but I just love her too much. Gloucester, Massachusetts, I think, right, Ellen? I love it. All right, you guys. It looks like just good chat. JJ said she loves Ellen's channel. Me too. Me too, sister. And she does lives too. She's the one actually that got me on the lives. I saw her and I'm like, Ellen's having way too much fun. I need to hop on here and get to getting with these lives. All right, let's get started. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat or anything you want to share. Do something like the 3 question marks. I felt so bad. I looked back at the chat last time and it's like, oh, I didn't get to a couple questions. So just be sure to put 3 question marks, an exclamation mark, maybe an emoji. An emoji might help, right? Emojis probably are better because they're more colorful. So if you have emojis, maybe an emoji. Anyway, so hopefully if you have a question, I can get to that. Because today we really want to troubleshoot and address anything that might be coming up for you. So the first thing I have here, must take 1 drink of water again. We can do Ellen. In celebration of Ellen, we'll do Ellen's. Ellen does counting. So you guys, she counts to 10. I don't know if I can get there, but I'll do some. I got to 6, but I don't count each swallow. So maybe you're counting 1 swallow is 1. So anyway, there you go, Ellen. That's in honor of Ellen. I'm already halfway done, you guys. All right, we can finish. Okay, so I wanted to talk about cravings. So I think of this like custard's last stand, right? These cravings are different than when, like, I've been on this over a year. If a craving comes up, this craving I get now is different when I just first started. So when we're first starting or detoxing from those things like coffee, sugar, processed foods, all of that, when we're higher fat plant foods, when we're detoxing from those things, then the cravings that are coming up are the ones that are craving those specific things. It's like, yeah. And I find that those will come up strong. And a lot of times that's when the give in happens. But really, if the give in doesn't happen, then you'll find, woo, the cravings stop and it's like smooth sailing. And so just think of it like that. Like it's just like that last grip that these foods have. And they're just saying, come here, have more. And it's the same with cleansing the palate. It's like we eat something right before the palate was going to be just like, woohoo, and the taste buds were already changed. So if you're having those cravings that are coming up these first couple of weeks, I just want to give you some energy for you going forward, that if it'll pass, you guys, it will pass. And these cravings are the ones that are just, like I said, custard last stand. They come up strong just to say, please, please feed me, feed me. And if you don't, it's like, it'll just wither away. Now, the other cravings that come up, so those are the custard last stand cravings, right? You're detoxing from stuff and then they come up. And if you continue, it'll, like I said, be smooth sailing. But, you know, every sailing has a little bump in the sea. So that's not to say cravings will never come up, But the other kind of cravings are different. Those are the ones that are usually emotional or have something to do with like discomfort in, like feelings or boredom, looking for something, rather than the physical, like I just have to have it. It can feel like that. And I want to say it's just a nuanced little difference than what you're going through now. So just pay attention to that, you guys. And when those cravings come up, know that the yellow brick road is just on the other side of that hill. So you can do it, sisters. You can do it. I'm curious, are any of you experiencing cravings? You can yeah, share it out if you just cravings. That's it. You don't have to say what it is. So also I wanted to say make sure, yeah, sugar, follow the yellow brick road, Penn said. Hi Dublin, glad you're here, sister. Glad you're here. Yeah. Yeah, sugar seems to be the one. Though that's a hard one, right? It grips you, but then once we just get over that, it kind of just goes, which is why I say like this palette is too hard one. Like I've gone through the withdrawals, I've gone through, releasing the addiction to these foods. Like I don't want to go there anymore. Like I'm done. And I remember how it feels, you guys. Remember how this feels, these cravings, because that will keep you on the straight and narrow to never want to have to experience it again. All right. I wanted to say, make sure that you are getting enough sleep. I know this is so hard, but a lot of times when the body is like recalibrating and all of that stuff, we need to have enough water and enough sleep to be able for the body to do its healing. I know we hear this all the time right now. Like it is so big, this sleep hygiene, they call it sleep hygiene. But with the weight loss process, it is imperative that we make sure that we're getting enough sleep. And believe me, I know how hard that is, especially if you're like me and wake up with the hot flashes at night and all of that stuff. It can be difficult, and I honor that. I just want to just remind you guys, this is just one of those important things. It really helps the body to do what it needs to do with these new foods that we're nourishing our body with, so it can release the weight and really just support us in living this most healthy, vibrant life. And that I put that with the cravings too, because sometimes the cravings will rise up when we haven't had enough sleep. Like all of these things go together to create this beautiful symphony of eating this way of living and being and releasing the weight that our body needs to release. So just honor yourself and take care of yourself, sister. And as much as you can, try and get enough sleep. I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I just resist taking naps. I don't know why. And during the week, that's not always possible. But on the weekends, like we can take a nap or we can go to bed a little bit earlier. That fear of missing out comes in, right? Wanting to do all these things, but really sleep is so important to this whole process and taking care of ourselves. So make sure you are getting enough sleep. It supports the weight loss process, you guys, and integrating this way of eating into our lives. So I cannot stress that enough. Let's see. I wanted to read you this thing. Okay, so I'm in the Starch Solution course, so I can be certified, a Starch Solution teacher kind of thing, certified in the Starch Solution. I'm excited about that. And I was watching one of the interviews they had in the course, and a lady who I think she had been 3 years already that she had lost her weight, like 70 pounds, lost her weight. And she said she lives with her husband who is not eating this way. So he actually eats the opposite. And so she said, my house is full of nuts and avocados. While those foods can be a part of a healthy McDougall diet, they cannot be part of my healthy McDougall diet if I want to maintain a healthy weight. And I just love that she said that, because I just want to reiterate what I had said a couple, I don't know if it was in one of the lives, just about the McDougall way of eating, the starch solution, the maximum weight loss, and Mary's Mini. Like, these are things that we go in and out of, right? They're like on a spectrum. Once we're finished with the starch solution or the maximum weight loss portion, we're still eating whole food plant-based, which is the McDougall way of eating. It is whole food plant-based. And the maximum weight loss is when we get into, actually whole food plant-based, no oil, low fat. So it is primarily a lower fat way of eating, but those nuts and seeds and avocados can be part of that. And like this lady said, it's not part of her healthy McDougall way of eating if she wants to maintain a healthy weight. And so that's what we're doing. We're getting our body in that calorie deficit so the body can release the weight. That's what the maximum weight loss is for. And so it's not saying that this is like, we're never eating these healthy foods again. No, they may eventually be part of your life again. And that's awesome. And so right now, we're just sticking to the maximum weight loss guidelines to root this way of eating and being in our life and to lose that extra weight, right? Because that was my journey. I had this weight to lose, you guys. And I want to share this here. I think it was when we were in Wisconsin, and it was like, probably we had been there maybe 4 years. So this would be like 7 or 8 years ago. I had really committed to whole food plant-based. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And, just the whole thing. It was like a mashup between Dr. McDougall and Dr. Furman. So I was eating all the starches, all the fats, having the big salad, that whole thing. And I got my cholesterol down. I never got it down as low as it is now. I think I'm at 160 now, but it was, under 200, which was really good then. But you know what, you guys? I was still significantly overweight, even eating whole food plant-based. That is what has really driven me and makes me so passionate, is getting the message out to those of us who have been on the whole food plant-based way of eating, have tried it and got healthy, right? We can get, like, the numbers can go down and all that. But like Dr. Lim said, is that really healthy if I'm 55 pounds overweight? Gives me chills again. But I still had probably more then to lose, but 55 pounds to lose. And my numbers were good, but the weight was holding me back from living my most healthy, vibrant, energetic life. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that. Like, for many of us, that's the last thing, is the weight. And really releasing the weight is just, it just feels so good, and it feels liberating and exactly where I want myself to be, and I want you all to be. All right. Oh my goodness, there was a big thunder crash, you guys. This seems to be like the thunder lightning time in Florida, around 2 or 3 o'clock, which is when this Starchy sister just gets her juices flowing. So it's like, come on, weather, work with me. All right, let's get a drink of water. I'll pause and look at the chat. I'll scroll back. I know you all have chit chats with each other about all this fun stuff. Love the hearts. Oh, Crazy Farm Girl's here. Welcome, sister. She says, one of my favorite quotes, if you don't sacrifice for what you want, I'm a quote girl. I love quotes. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. Woo! I love that, sister. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. Who can bring tears to my eyes? Because that's it, right? That's my story. I was sacrificing this life and yeah, how I feel inside. I say this life, right? I'm still in exactly the same life I was, 55 pounds heavier, and it feels so much different, you guys. I show up more confident, more happy, more energetic, vibrant, ready to take things. Okay, I'm live again, you guys. I guess I can come back on the same live. Let me know. Let me know if you're still here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Yay! I guess I can come back on the same live. So I just kept it on and it said restart. Woohoo! My starchy sisters are still here. Yes, I love it. Okay. Let me get all this info out I need to get out before this electricity. See how good you're getting with technology. Thank you, Cheryl. I know. Okay. So I put two things in the description box. I put Jeff Novick's um, calorie density video, which is so rich, you guys. It is so good. It's from like, I think 9 years ago, 8 years ago. And he is like the OG on calorie density. So I was just listening to that this morning as I was getting ready and all of that. And it is just so worth watching and listening. Even if you've watched it in the past, it's worth it to touch back in and watch it again. Just those reminders. And also I put an interview with Dr. McDougall and with Chef AJ, and also Esther's in there. I don't know if you know Esther's story, but she's lost a whole bunch of weight, and she's been impassioned to share about her success and also to get others to eat this way. And she, what did I want to say about that? Dr. McDougall said two things I wanted to go over. He said that pick a handful of meals you like and have them on repeat, right? Are you all finding that? Like we pick just a handful of meals and we have them on repeat. And for me, like I think about how can I do a meal plan for you all or, show you like an example, but mine is so fluid that but the key for mine, because I'm a bean girl, I love the beans, you guys. As long I make like 2 pot of beans probably a week. I'll probably make one. I'm making one right now. The pinata pintos are going. So this is Saturday. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, probably by Wednesday, I'll make my white bean chili again. So I have those two going. And then I'll either eat 2 beans, like bean and potato for lunch, bean and rice for dinner, and of course the non-starchy veggies. Or I'll do something like a bean and potato for lunch or dinner, and then the other one will be like the veggie stir fry with rice, or yeah, something like that. The spring rolls or whatever. So just find those few things that you really like and just have those going. It's the best way to do it. And once you have those, this is the other thing I wanted to say. Once you have those, then you can start doing the other fancier recipes just to try it. Just like 1 or 2 a week if you like being in the kitchen and all that. But you have to have those base recipes or meals you like first, because I have in my fridge the those poblano peppers, because my sister made a recipe and I want to try it and I want to share it with you all. And I've had those poblano peppers in since I went shopping on Wednesday. I've been intending to make that recipe every day and I haven't gotten to it. but that's okay because I have my normal food ready to go in the fridge. So having your normal recipes made and prepped and ready to go gives you the freedom to try new recipes, but not the stress to have to try the new recipe. So, and it releases, like, if the recipe doesn't taste good to me, then it's like, okay, oh, well, I'll just eat my beans and rice then because I have those prepped and ready to go in the fridge. So that's just a little tip to help you out. But initially, when you're getting into this new way of eating, it seems like we have two sets of starchy sisters. We have the ones who are like brand new to this and like really getting their footing or just kind of getting things, going. And then we have those who have done it before and are just getting back into the swing of things. So if you're just brand new, I know it can be difficult. Like, these foods sometimes can taste bland and all that, but having a couple meals that you really like, even just potatoes and veggies, you guys, that you can put together is so key. All right. While I'm talking about that, put one of the meals, you guys, that you really enjoy eating in your rotation in the chat box, just so we can kind of share out with each other. Like, mine would be white bean chili, potato, and my zucchini bake for my roasted vegetables. That would be mine. Yeah, beans and rice in lettuce cup with salsa. Yep. Um, Cheryl said, at first I used recipes because I was hesitant to combine things. Those forced me to try things I wouldn't. Now I combine what I have cooked. Yep. Pinata beans, Penn said. Yep. With rice over the spinach for now. Yep. We're flexible, right? For now. It can change tomorrow. I love that. D, pinata beans, brown rice, and broccoli. Crazy Farm Girl says she made smashed baby yellow and red potatoes over bag salad mixed with salt and salsa. So yummy and healthy. Jude said potatoes and different veggies. Yep. Penn said she goes in phases. Hi, Becky. Welcome. She said she's enjoying the savory oats and her emergency meal. Thank you for saying that, Becky. So good to have an emergency meal is frozen Brussels sprouts and a can of beans. Yeah, because if you have that meal, mine is always potatoes and either raw veggies or spinach. If I have those, I'm good to go. Cheryl, quick chili, black beans, pinto beans, salsa, corn, quick and easy. Yep. Jackie, pinata, pinto beans, and rice and green salad. Ron says, I love making a soup, always potatoes, some greens, and whatever veg I have. Yeah. So having those simple meals that we just have so we can go to that are on our rotation frees us up, either to not have to worry about the kitchen or so that we can try other recipes to bring into our rotation. All right. Love that, you guys. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's see. Another thing that Dr. McDougall says, which is so true, the hunger drive will always win out, you guys. The hunger drive will always win out. So here's what I want to say. Make sure you are eating enough starches. If you are having those, well, I'll go back to the cravings, but just to say, make sure you're eating enough starches. Is sometimes each of us has a different amount we can carry in our stomach, right? I think the poundage weight is like people eat between 3 and 7 pounds of food a day. And so everyone is different. And mine, I feel like, is between probably 4 and 6, probably 5 or 6 pounds. I probably eat of food. And for everyone, it's different. So knowing that for you, first of all, and you're investigating right now, you're kind of figuring out. So if you eat lunch or you eat breakfast and you are hungry 2 hours later, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. It means you need to eat more. And so at that time, I would say have one of those meals that you said, a potato and veggies, rice and veggies, just something to kind of tide you over. Make it like a mini meal. Or if you feel like it's time for lunch, then go ahead and eat that. We're not following those rules anymore. Like, oh, it's not 12 o'clock. I can't eat my lunch. Nope. If I'm hungry, I'm eating, because our body's telling us how to feed it. And we're listening to that now. And if you have those cravings, if those come up, eat a potato. Potato is the most satisfying, satiating food on the planet. And if we eat enough potatoes, let me tell you, by time I eat 6 potatoes, there's no amount of anything that I am going to want to eat. No fruit, no sorbet, nothing, because I'm so full off of those potatoes. So it's just kind of feeding yourself. So you're like, okay, I'm full. Let's cravings, just step to the side for now. Besides if you're a potato lover, those yellow potatoes sometimes can just taste so creamy, and sweet potatoes can really calm that sugar or sweet craving. So love on the potatoes, you guys. Don't forget your potatoes. Those are so good. They're just so satisfying, satiating, and they really can help us to release the weight. And even when I got down to like my last few weeks of weight loss back, I don't know, however many months ago now, I was doing potato meals twice a day, just to keep that satisfied feeling and keeping the calorie density low. So, all right, that is the hunger drive will always win out. So listen to your hunger drive, honor her, and feed her some food. We don't want to get to starving our hunger drive, right? And I just want to highlight Dr. McDougall's heart. Like, you all probably have seen his videos and have, you've read this, hopefully you've read the Starch Solution, have that foundation of why we're eating this way. But one of the things I love that he says is we're saving people, or we have people's lives to save. And that's how I feel. Like, when we get to living our most healthy, vibrant life, it's like the hair's on fire, you guys. Like, I am so passionate about sharing it. And imagine for him, like, he found this out when he was working as a doctor in Hawaii on I think a plantation farm, and really got to see like the food that his patients were eating were either supporting healthy living or supporting unhealthy living, supporting these diseases and all of this stuff that was going on inside the body. And once he found this out, once he figured this out, he was just passionate for sharing this lifestyle, like up until the very last day, because it's so simple, right? It's the food. Like he said, it's the food. Like, we deal with the emotional stuff, like that'll come up. But once we get this food right, which is the whole premise of the 30-day reset, rooting these foods in our lives, changing our palate so we can enjoy these healthy, nourishing foods that support us, not only living healthy on the outside, but on the inside. Imagine, our veins and our cells and just the systems in our body. Like, I am no medical doctor, but I just imagine my body on the inside just looks so much different than it did a year and 2 or 3 months ago, whenever I started. And so we have lives to save, as Dr. McDougall would say. And the life you have to save first, you guys, is yours. The life you have to save is yours. And that is what you're doing. And I am so grateful that you popped onto this 30-day reset and chose yourself and are choosing yourself with each meal that you are eating, and each decision, each try that you're making. I just love you all to pieces, and I'm so glad that you're choosing yourself. Thanks for those hearts, you guys. I appreciate it. I just get passionate about it. I mean, if I stopped the live now, I'd have to go in my room and just cry over it. I just happy tears, because once we choose ourselves, we can just show up for everything else on the list so much better. And so, as Dr. McDougall said, we have lives to save. I love it. I love it. All right. I'm going to look at the chat, and then it's going out there. So I want to get off before the electricity goes out again. Thank you for those hearts, you all. Aw. Oh, you all are having some love in here. I love it. Becky's having cabbage greens and beans with piñata, or white beans with potato. Lentils are great with sweet potatoes. I haven't made lentils in so long, you guys. I really have to break out the lentil recipe. I burnt myself out on lentils, so I need to. It's been. I don't think I've had lentils the whole time I've been on the starch solution, so it's probably been over a year. Although maybe I did make them when my mom came. Hannah yams and white sweets help my sweet cravings. Yeah. Lucky girl if you can get those, sister. Susanna said that's exactly what she does. She'll eat a small potato or medium-sized potato if I'm hungry in between meals. Shawnee said potatoes are life. Yep, I just love potatoes. Sheet pan veggie mix with a potato or two. Awesome. All right, guys, it all looks good. I'm not seeing any questions here. I'm just seeing nice little chats, all of us connecting. I'm trying to think too, just one more last thing, just forward thinking, right? Keeping our connection going after the 30-day reset. So if you all have any ideas, email me. I feel like lack of community was such a big part of what I was missing. And I just want to continue this going. I love connecting with you all. I love us all supporting each other. And yeah, just love being here together. So we'll call it, you guys. 30-day reset, week 2, day 9. We are crushing it. Take care of yourselves and feed yourself these healthy foods. So let me see. I'll look at the chat. Potato and hummus. I can just keep the live on just so you guys can all chat with each other. All right, you guys. So we'll have the next live on Wednesday. 3 p.m. is kind of where I'm settling. And then we will, I think Wednesday and Saturday we'll do the lives. Those will be the lives for these 30 days. All right. Love all the love. Love Shauna. Love you all. Thank you, Shauna. You're welcome, sister. Yeah. Okay. One thing, Susanna, maybe remind everyone in regards to sauces and dressings that it may make things super palatable and may make it so you overeat. Just a thought. Yes, I'll make a note of that for next time. We can talk about sauces and dressings again. That's what Stacy Cross says too, right? When you watch that Stacy Cross video, she goes into it that those sauces and dressings, we don't realize it, but they can add like those extra calories. So even if you are using sauces and dressings and you're staying compliant, right? You're not having any of the higher fat foods, just kind of be mindful about how you're putting them on. All right, you guys, that's it. Week 2, we are crushing it. This is your weekend, right? To kind of get things going because you've had this whole week now of eating this way. And so now this weekend's probably going to be full of some prep work, getting things ready for the upcoming week. I'm with you, sisters. We are all in this together. I believe in you. I believe in you. I love you. And I know you can do it. Here we are to our most healthy, vibrant, energetic life. Mwah! So much love, sisters. I love you guys. I love you. Have a beautiful, beautiful Saturday.